In 1865, Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered to Union General Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia, effectively ending the American Civil War. However, there is some mystery and debate over the terms of the surrender and whether they were truly as generous and magnanimous as they have been portrayed in history. Some historians argue that the terms were actually quite harsh and punitive towards the Confederacy, which may have contributed to the long-lasting bitterness and division between North and South in the years after the war. In 1913, a group of Russian mystics known as the Elders were arrested in St. Petersburg for their supposed involvement in a plot to overthrow the government. The group claimed to have psychic powers and believed in a coming apocalypse. On April 9, 1965, a large meteorite crashed to the ground near the town of Revelstoke in British Columbia, Canada. The impact created a 50-foot wide crater and caused a sonic boom that was heard for miles around. 1959, NASA introduced the first 7 astronauts of the Mercury program, which aimed to put the first Americans in space. The controversy surrounding the Mercury program in NASA's early space efforts is the treatment of astronaut candidates who were not selected for missions. Some candidates claim that they were mistreated or unfairly overlooked by NASA officials, leading to lawsuits and public outcry. There have also been allegations of sexism and racism within the astronaut selection process, with some critics arguing that NASA's early astronaut corps was predominantly white and male. In 2003, the statue of Saddam Hussein in Baghdad's Firdos Square was toppled by a group of U.S. Marines, an event that was widely broadcast on television around the world. However, questions have arisen over the years about the authenticity of the event and whether it was staged or manipulated by the U.S. government for propaganda purposes.